So the lists to upgrade from the 250. Well, actually I did a research for a very long time, and my lists included a Suzuki SV 650, the Ninja 650R, the ZX6R, which is the Super Sport from Kawasaki, the Yamaha FZ6R, which is a very nice bike. Steel Horse Club actually upgraded to a FZ6R from his 250, and I think he still rides it. Very nice bike. I was looking at the Ninja 1000, which is a little bit too steep of a jump from a 250. And then my eyes turned to Triumph, and I was like, oh wow, the 675 Street Triple R is really nice looking. And you know, I did a lot of research. I was on a lot of forums a lot, looking at the pros and cons, seeing the reliability of Triumph, and you know, it took me a while to make a decision, but here it is. And the reason why I bought the Triumph over the Yamaha was basically, I think I would have gotten bored of the Yamaha. Sorry about that. I'm actually not bored, I'm sorry. When I went to go look at the Yamaha, it just looked really cheaply made for some reason to me. I wasn't really impressed. I mean, it's a nice looking bike, but the swing arm is like square like box frame steel, or whatever you want to call it. The side piece where the passenger pegs are, it was really flimsy, and I wasn't impressed with that. And I mean, granted, yeah, the bike was cheaper than this one, but I couldn't see myself on it, to be honest with you. The ZX6R Super Sport, I mean, you're going to be in your angled lean a lot riding, low handlebars. It takes premium gas also, so this thing takes regular 87 octane just fine. The SV, I mean, yeah, it's an older bike. So I compared prices. Insurance quotes is the big one, and pretty much everything came down to, you know, in the long run for me, you know, if I got the Yamaha, I'll probably be upgrading in like 2 to 3 years, and I think the Triumph I'm going to keep for a very long time. So that's why I picked the Triumph over the Yamaha or the Kawi. I mean, the ZX6R is definitely a different kind of bike, but this is a sport bike with upright seating position. As you can see, very nice wide bars. It's very comfortable. I was out the first day when I got it, literally for 3 hours, and I felt no pain. I didn't have to stretch, but I had to get gas because I ran out. That's another bad thing. I don't know what the gas mileage on this thing is supposed to be, because it's still getting broken in. I heard anywhere between 30 and 34 city, and it's supposed to get like 50 miles a gallon on the highway. I only took it on the highway once, and it wasn't for that long, so I'll find out more as it gets broken in a little bit more. And I'm still learning. I'm still getting used to the bike, so you can see, like, I'm still not shifting as smooth as I should, or I'm taking corners from a stop a little slow because I'm using my friction zone and feathering the clutch to go around corners, because I really don't want to break traction on the rear wheel, because there is a lot of torque on this bike. 105 brake horsepower, 50 foot-pounds of torque on this bike here. So I'm taking it a little easy. I took it very easy because the new tires. Now I'm past the 100-mile mark with the tires, so I can open it up a little bit. So that's cool. But overall, I think this Triumph is freaking awesome. It has a ton of power. actually scary power when you're coming from a 250 to this thing. I mean, granted, I learned throttle and clutch control with the 250, so I'm not like, you know, full throttle all the way, or just like really like off on kind of thing with the throttle and making it jumpy. But the throttle on this thing is very sensitive. You barely move it and it just goes. The clutch is a much harder pull than the 250. So the other day I was sitting in traffic with my clutch pulled in. I wasn't even thinking to put it in neutral, but because we kept moving like every few seconds, only a few feet, and my hand started to cramp. And these are not the clutch is not adjustable, but the brake is, which is weird. So I might need to buy some aftermarket levers so I can pull this one in a little bit more. So I have this one on a setting of like 3 out of 6, so it helps a little bit. But yeah, this bike is freaking awesome, man. It sounds awesome. The speed is awesome. The power is awesome. Passing is no issue on the highway whatsoever. You could be in 6th gear. You don't even have to downshift. You just kind of just squeeze the throttle a little bit more and off you go. Some accessories I'm going to be getting on this triple. Frame sliders, axle sliders for the front and the rear. I just ordered those. That was like $300 or whatever. Cheap investment, so if you drop your bike unexpectedly, hopefully it's going to protect some stuff. The next thing I want to do is get a fly screen for the front here from Triumph, maybe a visor, depending on the wind. Oh, that's another thing. The wind protection is like none, of course, because this is a naked bike. But I don't feel it as bad as the Ninja. I think with all the fairings and stuff that the Ninja had, I think it was more directed at the rider than this is, because I felt it in my chest and my helmet on the Ninja, especially on the highway, and I had to tuck in a little bit because it bothered me a lot. With this thing, I could be on the highway doing 70, and the wind just kind of just goes around you. I mean, I can't explain it. I thought it would have been worse, because a lot of Reddit articles about, you know, naked bike is you feel the wind more. But I gotta say, I'm not really feeling a lot of wind on this thing, so it's really cool. Accessories, I might get a belly pan for it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can put on here. I think I'm going to keep the stock exhaust for a while, because the Aero exhaust, either the slip-on or the 3-into-1, is like over 1,000. So I think once I pay my credit card off, because I put like half on the credit card for this, and then like I wrote a check for the other, so I paid it in full. I didn't really want to do financing, and I had the cash anyway, so I've been saving up for a very long time. So yeah, and plus I'll get some points or something, whatever my credit card is. So that's all. I don't know what else I can talk about. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just kind of just cruising along. So definitely I recommend a Street Triple R as an upgrade from a 250 or something like that. Stopping on the triple is really smooth. I only put one foot down. I can't flat foot it with both feet. It's a little bit tall, but I'm fine with it. I don't want to lower it or anything like that. The one gripe I had about the bike so far is the kickstand is really different than my Kawi. It used to be like a little bar or tube or something that's on the Kawi on the outside of the kickstand with the spring was attached to, and I used that to kick down on. The kickstand on this has the bar like in the back, so you kind of gotta like look down and use your heel or your toe and like push it down. I haven't really gotten it yet. I posted it on triumph675.net, and everybody's like, yeah, you just gotta get used to it. It's different. And I'm like, well, that sucks, but what are you gonna do? I gotta get somewhere where there's no freaking traffic. Open this bad boy up. I do like the gauges though. Nice gear finder. I'm sorry, gear indicator, not finder. I don't know how fast I don't know how off the speedometer is. I forgot my GPS today, sorry. I was going to test that today and see how off it was. Usually it's like 10% or something like that, so maybe like 5 miles per hour off. And motorcycles always show faster than what their actual speed is. And I read an article because the manufacturers do that to reduce fatalities. And it's illegal to make them slower than indicated, so they make them faster. If that makes sense.